Good morning everyone. Today we are going to start class 8 chapter 1 rational numbers. So before starting with the rational numbers we should know about different type of numbers. So let us see some important points. So the first number we dealt with that are natural numbers. Right, these are simple counting numbers and they are denoted by capital N. So natural number is the set of all counting numbers 1, 2, 3 up to infinity. So the smallest natural number is 1 and the biggest natural number, we do not have a biggest natural number, right? Then comes whole number. When we add 0 in this group, natural number starts from 1, 2, 3, but if we add 0 also in this group, then they become whole numbers. So natural numbers including 0 forms the collection of whole numbers and they are denoted by capital W. So whole number is the set of all numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3 up to infinity. Smallest whole number is 0. Then comes integers. Next category of numbers is integers. Integers are the whole numbers and the negative of whole numbers greater than 0 and they are represented by capital Z. So Z is the collection of integers. 0. On the right side we have positive integers 1, 2, 3 up to infinity, and on the left side we have negative integers -1, -2, -3 up to infinity. So positive integers are on the right side and negative integers are on the left side of 0. And 0 is a neutral integer because it is neither positive nor negative. Now next comes rational numbers. Any number that can be expressed in the form p upon q, where p and q are integers and q is not equal to 0, is called a rational number. So you can see q denotes, and q is the symbol that we use for rational numbers. So rational numbers are those numbers which we can write in p upon q form. So this is of the form p upon q, where pq belongs to integers. Integers means they can be positive as well as they can be negative. Now there is a difference between fraction and a rational number. Fractions are also of the form p upon q, the numbers which are of the form p upon q, but the difference is here in fractions p and q belongs to whole numbers, whereas in rational numbers pq belongs to integers. So rational numbers can be positive as well as negative, as integers are positive as well as negative. So rational numbers can also be positive as well as negative. So and rational numbers are denoted by capital Q. Then comes properties of rational number. This is very important topic. The very first property, this is related to the properties of whole numbers, integers. The same way we will deal with the properties of rational number. The same first property is closure property. Now what does it mean? What does this closure property says? Rational numbers are closed under addition, subtraction and multiplication, but they are not closed under division. What does it mean? That is, for any two rational numbers, say a and b, a plus b, if we add any two rational number, we will get a rational number only. If we subtract two rational numbers, we will again get a rational number. If we multiply two rational numbers, we will get a rational number only. But if we divide two rational numbers, we may or may not get a rational number. So the chances are we will not get a rational number. For example, I am taking the first rational number as 1 by 2 and other rational number as 3 by 5. When I add these two rational numbers by taking LCM, 10, 5 plus 6, I will get 11 by 10. So it is a rational number. Similarly, if I subtract these two rational numbers, 1 by 2 minus 3 by 5, I will get, by taking LCM, I will get minus 1 by 10, which is again a rational number, because rational numbers can be negative also. So if we are getting negative rational number, that will also be a rational number. Then if I multiply these two rational numbers, I'll get 3 by 10, which is again a rational number. But if I take, this is the case when we divide two rational numbers, we will not get a rational number, because 1 by 2 divided by 0. 0 is also a rational number because we can write it in 0 by 1, p upon q form. So that is why 0 is also a rational number. So 1 by 2 divided by 0 is not defined because division by 0 is not defined. So it is not a rational number. So this is called closure property, that rational numbers, if we add, subtract, multiply two rational numbers, will always get a rational number. Then comes commutative property. Rational numbers can be added and multiplied in any order. This is commutative property. Addition and multiplication is commutative for rational numbers, but subtraction and division is not commutative for rational numbers. What does it mean now? See, that is for any two rational numbers a and b, a plus b will always be equal to b plus a. If we change the order of rational numbers, the result will remain same. Right? In multiplication also, a into b will always give us the same result which b into a will give. But it is not, this property is not applicable in subtraction and division. A minus b will not be equal to b minus a, and similarly a divided by b will not be equal to b divided by a. For example, 1 by 2 plus 3 by 4, 3 by 5. I am taking two rational numbers, and if I change their order, a plus b is equal to b plus a. Here I am taking b plus a and here a plus b. And after adding by taking their LCM, I get the result as 11 by 10 on the both sides. So you can see this property is applicable in addition. Similarly, if I multiply these two rational numbers and after changing their order, I will get the same result, 3 by 10 on both sides. But on subtracting these two rational numbers, 1 by 2 minus 3 by 5, and on changing the order, 3 by 5 minus 1 by 2, I will get the result as minus 1 by 10 and 1 by 10. So they are not equal. So it means commutative property is not applicable in subtraction because the result is different. They are not giving the same result. Similarly, if I divide two rational numbers, a divided by b and b divided by a will give me the different results. 5 by 6 will not be equal to 6 by 5. So this property is not applicable in subtraction and division. Then comes associative property. Associative property is similar to commutative. The difference is that it is applicable for two rational numbers, and this property is applicable for more than three or more than three rational numbers. So again, associative property is applicable in addition and multiplication. So addition and multiplication is associative for rational numbers, but it is not true for subtraction and division. That is, for any rational numbers, say a, b and c, a plus b plus c will be equal to a plus b plus c. Means we have to take any two rational numbers in order. If we are taking b plus c here, on the other side we have to take a plus b in bracket, then we'll add c in that. So the result will be same. So adding three rational numbers, by changing their order we get the same result. Similarly, in multiply also we get the same result. But in subtraction and division we will not get the same result. So I have taken an example. The first rational number I have taken 1 by 2, 3 by 5 is other, and third one is 1 by 3. So when I add these two numbers by taking LCM, and then that result is added in the first rational number, I will get 43 by 30. And on the other side, on the right side, if I change the order, first rational number plus second rational number, their sum gives us 11 by 10, and if I add third rational number in it, I will get the result 43 by 30. So you can see left hand and right hand results are same. So this means associative property is applicable in addition. Similarly, it is also applicable in multiplication. So you can see in multiply we are getting the same result. But in subtraction, if I subtract these two rational numbers first, then subtract that from 1 by 2, and similarly in this side, in the right side, if I do the subtraction, I will not get the same result. In division also, I am not getting the same result. 5 by 18 is not equal to 15 by 6. So this property is not applicable in subtraction and division. Then comes distributive property, that is distributivity of multiplication over addition and subtraction. So this you have already learned in classes, junior classes, that for all rational numbers a, b and c, a into b plus c is equal to, a will first multiply with b, then plus sign, then a will multiply with c. So it becomes ab plus ac. And this is under subtraction. A into b gives ab, then minus sign, a into c gives ac. So you can see the example. So here 1 by 2 will multiply with 3 by 5. Then under addition you will put plus sign. Then 1 by 2 will multiply with 1 by 3. So after doing multiplication, we'll add them up by taking LCM, we get the result as 14 by 30. Similarly, this is applicable in this, we can use under subtraction also. So this is distributive property. Then comes additive identity. Now what is additive identity? The rational number 0 is the additive identity for rational numbers. Why it is additive identity? Because if we add 0 to any rational number, we get the same rational number. So the number which we are adding in the rational number to make it same, that is called additive identity. So that is why 0 is called the additive identity. Similarly, multiplicative identity is 1. Because if we multiply any rational number with 1, we get the same rational number. That is why 1 is called multiplicative identity and 0 is called additive identity. Then comes additive inverse. What is additive inverse? The additive inverse of a rational number a upon b is minus a upon b and vice versa. Vice versa means if I am getting negative rational numbers, its additive inverse is positive rational number. If there is positive rational number, its additive inverse is negative rational number. So you can see additive inverse of 2 by 5 is minus 2 by 5 and additive inverse of minus 2 by 5 is 2 by 5. So if we have positive rational number, its additive inverse will be negative. If we have negative rational number, its additive inverse will be positive. Then comes multiplicative inverse, and its other name is reciprocal. In your junior classes, we call it by a reciprocal name. So the reciprocal or multiplicative of a upon b is c upon d. And we know that the product of rational number and its multiplicative inverse is always equal to 1. So if we see the multiplicative inverse of 2 by 5 is 5 by 2. And if we take their product, you can see the result is 1. So this is called existence of multiplicative inverse identity. This is a property of existence of multiplicative inverse. If we are using this in questions, 2 by 5 into 5 by 2 equal to 1, what property is used here? It is called multiplicative, existence of multiplicative inverse. Because if we multiply a rational number with its reciprocal, we always get the product as 1. So this is the introduction part. In the next video, we'll start with the exercise. Thank you so much.